A flushing toilet. That's what I saw, Virgos, when I felt the energy behind your cards. And lo and behold, your card is the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords is kind of a shitty card. Seven of Swords is about deceit, lies, and also self-sabotage because they're lies you told yourself. Now, the other thing that I saw, besides like a whirlpool and a flushing toilet, which might be some kind of situation that is like going down the shitter for you, that has to do with maybe self-sabotage or, like I said, a lie, deceit, whether you to yourself or someone to you. The other thing that I saw was a chick, like a little chick. I got the vibe that it was like trying to fly out of the nest. So it's like a little chick learning to fly. That was the message. So there's something about either someone tricking you into jumping out of the nest and you're like, I wasn't ready to fly. Or you sabotaged yourself into a situation where maybe you weren't ready to fly, or you pushed yourself too hard. Let's pull more cards and see if we can find out more information. Okay, Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles is you trying something new, jumping out of the nest and going for a fly for the first time, metaphorically speaking. It's trying something out. It doesn't even have to be new, because that Six of Pentacles is just trying. It's putting an energy into something. Six of Cups. This is someone else who convinced you it was a good idea. This is the example that someone else who this thing works for. Flying works for this person. This person is built to fly. They're a hawk. Maybe you guys are an ostrich and you're not built to fly, and that's why it's the Seven of Swords, but you're following this other person's example. And so you tried to fly and you're like, I can't fly. I'm not a flying bird. I'm a penguin. I'm an ostrich. I'm not supposed to fly. And this has been kind of just a lie the whole time. Very interesting. Let's see what else we have. The World. And then the Eight of Pentacles. The World is kind of like going with the example that somebody else set. I saw somebody else do it, and I think I could do that. Maybe it's not for you. Maybe it was never meant for you. It's just not your thing. I'm going to pull one more card because the Eight of Pentacles is interesting, but yeah, see, this is just something that someone else is good at. Someone else is good at it. Eight of Pentacles they have like very specific skills, and you don't. Or this could be vice versa, where you're dealing with somebody who does not have the skills you have, and they've been fooling themselves. So someone's been fooling themselves about being able to do the same thing somebody else does. But like I said, one person is a bird, the other person is an ostrich. They're both good. One is meant to fly, one is meant to run really fast, right? Okay, let's pull oracle cards and see if we can find out any more information about your flushing toilet situation. So maybe you just failed at something. You tried and you failed. It was a bust. Let's see what else there is here. Anything else here? What else is going on for Virgos? We're gonna get to advice in a second, so this is just information. Any more information? Okay. Wow. So Neptune. Neptune is fog. It is beer goggles. It's basically not seeing things clearly. And so with regards to the crown is your position and your status, but it's usually a lofty status. So like I said, you follow the example of somebody who is like, I'm going to be a CEO, I'm going to start my own business. And you're like, wow, that person started their own business and they're a king of their own business. They're wearing the crown. And so you follow their example. Or maybe they convinced you to follow their example. Well, it's blurry. It's not for you. It's not your path. It's like that path would never work for you. It all seems like a poor comparison of one person to another, calling to another. You're just not supposed to be doing what this person's what this other person does. Let's see what else we got. Mars, the Wall, and the left turn arrow. Mars is what you do. The Wall is your limits, right? The Wall is your limits. And the left turn arrow is something different. So essentially what we're talking about is, this is either beyond your limits, or it has nothing to do with you. Left turn arrow, right? It's just like, it's not your path. Like I said, it's not your path. Left turn from whatever path you were going. And I think it's beyond your limits because of that. Not because you're not good enough. Because it's not for you. All right. On the bottom of the deck, we have the number 3. The number 3 is like social networks. Maybe you've seen it on Facebook. Maybe you've seen just other examples of other people doing this and being successful. They're birds. You, I don't think, are the birds. and I think they make it look good, right? Venus with the number 3 is these people make it look good. Maybe they even make it look easy, and following their example is actually, how do I put this? It is just bad vision. It is a bad plan. It is lacking foresight. Okay, let's pull advice. See what you Virgos should be maybe focusing on doing rather than trying to fly when you don't have, real wings, right? When you're a turkey. Do turkeys fly? I don't think they fly. Okay, any advice? Any advice here for Virgos? Any advice for Virgos? Okay. King of Swords. King of Swords is kind of like, I always think of the horse from Ren and Stimpy who says, no ma'am, I don't like it. King of Swords just says no. That's kind of the big thing with the King of Swords. So the advice is say no. Say no. Why? Because let's say you went skiing. I'm gonna use skiing as an example because I suck at skiing. Somebody else once convinced me to go skiing and I fucking sucked at it. I hated it. And I just realized, you know what? It's not for me. I'm gonna say no next time because it's just not worth the pain, the suffering. It's so completely outside of your actual realm of what you do that it just doesn't work for you. Hangman. It puts you, it's either embarrassing or it makes you look stupid or you feel stupid. It's not worth the effort. 5 of Wands. Okay. And then the Fool card. The Fool card is trying something yeah, sure, I'll take a risk. Well, guess what? Next time, say no. I'm not going to take a risk with the Fool card because I know I can't fly. I know I'm going to just smash my head into the ground because I know I can't fly. I know I'm an ostrich. Let's pull some advice from the Oracle, and then we will close out your reading, Virgos. Any last advice regarding learning to fly? I think you guys just need to find a different thing to do. Learn to be a duck, learn to swim around, learn to run. Follow somebody else's example, basically. Tell me more for advice. Tell me more for advice. For Virgos. Tell me more for advice. Tell me more. Anything else? The bridge. Hold on. Oh, there we go. I knew there was something else coming out. So we have the bridge and the book. All right, this is really good. There's going to be opportunities to learn. Whether this is you walk by something and your eye grabs it and you're like, oh shit, I'm interested in that. I'm gonna read about it. Or it's just the information. You're like, wow, I am currently reading about it. Pops up on your feed, right? There's opportunities. The bridge. It is going to be brought to you. The opportunity to learn. And what are we talking about when it comes to learning? Learning what you do, not fly, right? Do you swim? Do you run? Do you burrow, right? What kind of thing is it that you do? There's going to be opportunities to learn what that is. Let's see what else we got. The king. The king is, kind of being a leader, being a role model, which you do once you know what you're good at, right? Once you know what you're good at, you become the king. But you're not the king. You're not the king yet. Skull and crossbones. You're not there yet. And it's going to take learning. It's going to take first learning what you're supposed to be good at before you start it. The nut is starting something. It's planting a seed, right? You haven't even learned what it is yet. So you have to find out what you're good at before you should even, before you even start something. It's you got research to do, basically, Virgos. You got research, but the information is circulating around you. I think that it's going to be brought to your attention. So read as much as you can. Find out as much as you can about your calling or whatever the flying stands for you. Okay, Virgos, that is your reading. Thank you guys for being here. I guess that with that, I'll see you in a couple of weeks. These readings have become bi-weekly readings, so I hope you guys are okay with that. I just can't seem to stay on top of the weekly ones. So, but yeah, with that, don't forget to share, like, subscribe, follow the channel, and check out Patreon. Links are below. I'll see you guys next time.